So we're one of our latest renovations, and everybody asks about plaster and drywall. And in Pittsburgh, plaster is obviously something you can't avoid. So if you look over here on this plaster wall, I'm not sure if the video will really show it, you'll see there's a lot of cracking. So you'll see lots of cracks. They follow the wall up and down. So we come across this, there's a couple different ways of fixing it. If you have a plaster and or drywall, you can use really a mesh tape. Use a mesh tape and then skim it. Sometimes taking the plaster wall out is the best. There is what's called wood lath and or plaster laths that's underneath the plaster wall. So in this case, it's going to be a patch job. They have a lot more skimming to do in here. And then again, these will all be fiber taped. And then there's obviously, drywall getting hung up. And there's, mesh and patches. There's gonna be a lot more mud that's gonna go in here to smooth out all the walls. And it's just part of what you deal with here in Pittsburgh. You have a mix of, pre-existing plaster, and then you go into drywall. A lot of people, obviously, it's much easier to demo out all the walls, but demoing out all the walls is many dumpsters, a lot more dumpster space. Here's your plaster. Here's your wood lath underneath. You got lots of lath. And when you start pulling out all that lath, it is a heck of a job to get it all demoed out. But this place will be coming back normal. Also, what you can do too, and I've seen this, and we've done it on the ceilings, if you have a lot of cracks and someone doesn't want to pull all the plaster down, you could do what's called lamination, where people put drywall over the plaster. I've seen people put extra screws inside of the plaster to kind of hold the plasterboard up. The problem is plaster, if anybody's dealt with it, is really, really hard to work with, and it just cracks over time. It will outlive all of us, but we have to maintain it. So sometimes it's a mix of drywall and plaster, and that typically is, how a lot of people fix it. The best way is to rip it all out and just go drywall. That's why all new construction is drywall. That's just a little bit on plaster drywall, because I know it's a big debate here, probably Northeast, definitely Pittsburgh, but there's a lot of other places that, deal with plaster walls and drywall.